Your third eye is already open. See an apple. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Ace Mace here, the Divine One. Chaos Magus, Chaos Shaman. Sharing perspectives, a new angle to see. So like I said, see an apple. Or if you did see an apple, I want you to answer in the comments. What color was that apple? Some of y'all may say red. As I saw green. A little intuitive test right there. But what you're seeing with, that is your third eye. See, I want y'all to understand you naturally have these spiritual abilities. They are already online. You're already using them, doing them subconsciously. It's just all about channeling them, knowing how to ground them, or ways that you can use them. So simply put, let's just talk about the third eye itself, the chakra, the concept of it. This energy center is responsible for one's intuition and spiritual ability, as well as your astral sight, dream lucidity, and recall. Now, when you get into spirituality, or first get conscious of waking up, you are aware of the concept of having a calcified pineal gland. I want y'all to take away that restriction, that limitation, that thought, and just realize it is a untapped ability, something that has not been used in some time, and it's something you just have to work and exercise at. The great God, Brother Panic, R.I.P., one of the exercises he gave and that really helped me was incorporating your five senses. And he said simply start with seeing an apple. You want to experience this apple. Smell it, feel it, the stem, the surface, the taste, how it feels when you look at, when you bite into it, the taste of the juices hitting your tongue. A simple exercise that through repetition, as well as expansion, it grows in its use and ability and scope. So here's how I use it in my practice. There is an exercise called path working, journeying. To induce these journeys, these path works, I incorporate my five senses, using them to build an environment or to get into the astral space to where I can then find gateways to get into thus environment to connect with such energies, deities, spirits, so on and so forth, and understand what's going on practically, mundanely. Mundane, get it? You are opening up your subconscious mind via trance induction. Trance induction is the whole key to basic level meditation. Once you get past focusing on your breaths, it's this trance state that you're getting to by focusing on your breaths, by focusing on the candle flame, by repeating the mantras. And depending on the type of candle, the color, or the mantra, you're getting yourself into a certain mind state, of mind frame, a energetic space. And once this subconscious mind is open, this is when you get your spiritual phenomena, your visions, your sights. You may start hearing things. These are all spawns of the subconscious. Now, this same opening of the subconscious is the same thing that happens when you may be taking certain drugs. For example, Mary Jane. Mary Jane puts you straight into alpha state. That's automatic trance. You taking the magic mushies, I'd say you would have to be at like theta. So when the subconscious mind is open, it will speak to you through symbols. And symbols may be pictures, visuals, music, deities talking to you, what you may perceive to be aliens. But I want y'all to understand a lot of this is symbolic. The best way you can understand it and get a grasp of it is if you understand it from being symbolic. Real, but understand the symbology of it. Never judge a book by its cover. Not everything may be what it seems, so you gotta look deeper to see what it means. Because see, these messages, these symbols of the subconscious, right? When you were a kid and you were playing, they would call this your imagination. That was because you were using it actively, you were willing it. Now growing all up, you still subconsciously will it. Subconsciously sending psychic attacks. That motherfucker just cut you off on the road, or the one you cut off. The hidden negative emotions and hatred, and evil eyes that are cast at you or that you may cast, these emotions, they don't just flow in your body. Where did they come from in the first place? Where do they go? Energy is constantly flowing, constantly moving. Emotions, energy in motion. So knowing this and the nature of the subconscious from which these emotions spawn as their roots are may be repressed under the conscious mind's ego. The roots, that is. It is also in this subconscious. All your hidden power, all your hidden abilities, all the spirits, all the ancestors, all the ancients, akin to your junk DNA. Remember, y'all, the mind is all. If you go deep enough, this subconscious ocean has tied to the collective. And we see this through the manifestation of archetypes. You can look at it like Carl Jung. But archetypes are very universal, very primal. The ancients, their archetypes were animals. Animism, or like how in Egypt, or the natives with spirit animals. In demonology, or saying deep in the occult, we call this the daemon. See, in Egypt, they had a concept of like your higher self and lower self. That lower self was your flesh, your physical body. But more specifically, let's get into the animalistic self, your humanic self, as opposed to your God essence, your spiritual self, your higher self. Those in the matrix are the ones that are in their lower self, their animalistic self, their very humanic self. Earthly in a matrix way, not by nature. Shouldn't be given no energy to anything the news is talking about. What is your soul talking about? What is your spirit team talking about? It is getting those messages, tapping in with your soul, with your higher self, invoking them, being that in the flesh, as a vessel for such, down here as they work above, as above, so below. But in order to do that, you must tame the beast. You must tame your humanity, that lower self, that animalistic nature of yourself, those lower three chakras. Scry into this, the Strength Tarot card. Scrying is simply staring, but staring deeply, like with a daydream gaze, like you're zoned out. You don't have to do it right now, but scrying into this image will imbue you with this energy of this card, the Strength card, helping you tame that beast, your animalistic self, allowing you to control yourself, or more so, become one with yourself and integrate that level of yourself. You're not killing that part of yourself. You're not killing Set. You're becoming one with it because it's still a part of you. You are. It's still a piece of you. You want to be whole, and this helps and does shadow work. This taming of the beast is also a form of shadow work and shadow integration. And like shadow work and that healing, this exercise with scrying into the tarot card is not going to be instant. But the more you work on it, the more its effect manifests and becomes stronger. Understand when you're scrying, when you go into that zoned out state, that subconscious mind is open. So this image and the energy imbued in it, naturally, its archetypal imagery and energy, symbology, comes into the mind, into the subconscious. As well, if you want to go into meditation, trance induction, and then path work this card, see yourself with the white dress, white attire, taming and playing, petting on an animal. What animal are you seeing right now? Drop it in the comments. When you do these path workings, these visualizations, these journeys, you are exercising the mind. You're exercising your third eye. You can cause shifts in your mental function and thought processes at will simply by diving in and putting in new programs. As well as you can do visualizations, destroying the old ones. This is the healing. This is the technology. Modern day, they call this hypnosis, form of hypnotherapy. On YouTube, you have like guided meditations. But it's simply a matter of understanding the symbols spawning from your mind. What was that dream about? If you're having trouble interpret these symbols, hit me up for a consultation or tarot reading. At Ace Mansfield only. I will never DM you for a reading. At Ace's Temple will never either. Bikaza AI / the Divine One. Symbology is key. But do you see? See.